Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through bootstrapping and porting, guys. Okay. So basically, these are the two most common terminology which you will be hearing whenever you discuss the introduction about compiler, guys. Right? Yes. So basically, bootstrapping is a process in which you will be converting a higher level language into machine level language. So now you might be saying that okay, this is the same process which compiler does, right? So you might be getting that out, right? Yes. But if the language is too higher, that it converting it directly into machine code is a bit tough. Okay, so in those situations you will be constructing multiple paths or multiple phases, or you can say in simple words, or multiple conversions to convert it into the machine code. So if you take it first, let us go through example, guys, and then we'll be moving on to the theory, so that will be clear for you. So here you will be representing using a T diagram, guys. So this is the T diagram, and here you will be writing the source code, like it is in which coding language or which representation, and this is your target code, so where you want to reach, and this is our intermediate code. So what you will be getting as an intermediate code output. Okay, so if you take a small example, so assume that you want to convert a language which we don't know which language it is. So you want to convert it from A to machine language. So basically you don't know how to convert it directly. So whenever you are trying to write a compiler for this, you are getting the output in this way. So your original language is A, and it is getting converted into B, and you are getting an intermediate code py in Python. Okay, yes, so you are getting in a B, right? So but this is not your machine code, right? So now you are confused like what to do. So in this situation the bootstrapping will help, guys. So basically you will be using this Python code, that is nothing but the intermediate code, and with that you will be converting the code into machine code. So this adding one more compiler to a previously existing compiler. So you are adding one more compiler to previously existing compiler such that they are interrelated. So that previous compiler's intermediate code is your source code. So in this situation, you can say that this code will be used by this to generate this, right? Yes. So in this way. So assume that here you are getting one more language C, guys. Okay, so in that situation again you will be using our C++. So here you are getting intermediate code as C++. So again you connected one more T diagram and one more C++, and here all you are getting both intermediate code and the final code, that is nothing but the output, both are machine code, right? So this process of adding and converting one language into another language is nothing but bootstrapping, guys. So if you observe here, initially the language is A, you convert it into Python, then you convert it into C++, and then you convert it into machine code. Okay, so that is the exact thing which I have written here, guys. So bootstrapping is a technique by which a simple computer program is used to translate more complicated program, and this complicated program can be further handled even more complicated program, and so on till we reach the machine code. So basically here this is the most complicated, this is a bit less, this is more less, and this is a machine code. So basically the hierarchy will be in this way, guys. Okay, so this is the process of a bootstrapping, guys. Okay, so I hope everyone got a clear idea with the help of the example, guys, right? Yes. Okay, so let us move on to porting. So basically if you ask me, I also do confuse a bit with the concept of porting, guys, whereas bootstrapping is really clear, but bootstrapping is a bit confusing, but I'll be trying my level best to explain, guys. Okay, so basically in simple words you can say porting is nothing but you will be writing the code, guys, and you'll be compiling it such that it can run on a different system, guys. So this is nothing but porting, right? Okay, so in simple words, a compiler with another compiler generates a machine code for another machine, right? So assume that you have an Windows system and your friend has a Mac system, and you have written a code which you want your friend to execute on his system, right? On his system you want to execute. So in that situation, like assume that he don't know how to execute or how to run it. So you told that okay, I'll be sending you an exe file or any kind of file which Mac supports. So I'll be sending that file, and you just to open it, it will run. So you told in that way, but you cannot convert it into the machine code which can run on Mac device, right? Yes. So here you will be using the concept of porting to that, guys. So here you will be creating a cross compiler, and using this cross compiler you will be generating the machine code for the Mac device, guys. Okay, so this whole concept is nothing but porting, guys. So porting the compiler to a new computer or a different platform only requires the change in the backend, guys, of the source code be re-returned to generate the code for the new machine. So in simple words, this is what I have explained previously. So this re-return code is then compiled using the old compiler to produce the cross compiler, and compile it again to produce a working code into the new machine. Okay, yes. So assume that here we are having a language A and we are getting the output as K and you are getting the intermediate as A. Okay, so if you combine these two, you will be getting H and H here. So H is some kind of language, assume in that way. So here if you write it in this way, so A, H and K, if you write these three, that is nothing but the cross compiler, guys. So this is the original compiler and this is the source which you want to convert from A to K is your requirement. Okay, so now use the cross compiler in between and write the original source, guys, AAK. Okay, so if you observe here again, these two will be removed. Okay, and then you'll be getting AKK, right? So here you generated the final code. So in this way the porting works, guys. I'm also not 100% clear with the concept of porting, so that's the reason why I'm just giving you an overview, guys. Okay, so basically the thing that you should remember here is you will be using a cross compiler in between, and you will be taking your original source code plus cross compiler gives you the new machine code for your friend's device or new machine. Okay, yes. So I hope everyone got some basic idea about this concept of porting, right? Yes. So in the next lecture, we will be going through scanning, that is nothing but lexical analysis, guys. So now, till now we are done with all the basic concepts, guys, like the overview of all the 6 phases. So from next lecture, we will be discussing about each and every phase in detail, guys. Like in the next 4 to 5 lectures, we'll be discussing completely about lexical analysis only. Okay. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching.